Many thanks for joining us on the show AFCON Update. Of course, the last edition of AFCON 2025. It has been a roller coaster from December 21st to date. I'm Adeniyi Ajisafe. Of course, we know that the big one is coming up tonight between Senegal and Morocco, the host nation. But before then, let's have it. At least we know that yesterday Nigeria played against Egypt and we won via penalty shootout. And in the studio with me, I have gentlemen, one actually dressed like those tough lecturers. Well, Oppa, Josiah is here. Good to have you, Oppa.
It's always an amazing time and pleasure being with you here.
I like your tie.
Thank you so much.
Good one. And I have Nuel, Samson. The way you are swelling, you want to beat me or I'm not super good at
I want to beat Morocco and that ref.
Oh my goodness, good to have you on the show.
The pleasure is mine.
Okay, yesterday we saw the game between Nigeria and Egypt. It ended 4-2 via penalty shootout. Tough one it was, but eventually we were able to do well. So how did you see that game? Let me start from Nuel, Samson.
It was a real, it was a fantastic game, you know, to show where we dominated completely the way Senegal dominated the game against the Egyptian side also. But although I was not much pressured yesterday because we stand the pressure against Morocco. So it was a nice game, fine penalty shootout. And the mistake I believe the coach made was this particular set of players that played this penalty was those that were supposed to play against Morocco.
Funny enough, taking that from you, the player that scored in that game against Morocco, that scored against Morocco, lost against Egypt. That's our first sports kick taker, Dele Bashiru.
Yeah, it was actually an amazing game. Yeah, just like you said, there was little to no pressure. But then, seeing the lineup that came to take on that penalty, it was more like we're crying after the head has been cut off. But it was nevertheless a very good win. And for us to have grinded out that result, even with the makeshift team that came on board, they really did their best. Just like I said yesterday, the Egyptian team are more dependent on individual brilliance. Okay. But then Eagles showed themselves to be a team that, regardless of who is absent, they can grind in the result. And that was what they showed yesterday.
Taking us to our goalkeeper fantastic as I call him, he showed to Nigeria, despite all the fears, that he was really ready for it and he was able to keep 2 out of those penalties, especially against Salah and Mamouche, and he won the man of the match. Really, kudos to him for that, right?
Yes, absolutely. I remember saying yesterday he's actually very confident in himself, in as much as I'm not confident in him, but then he really proved I for one wrong, so kudos to him.
I love the fact that Nwabali proved a lot of Nigerians. Although from day one, he has always been very confident. In fact, you can call it overconfident, they worry Nwabali. But there's something. Nwabali really showed class yesterday. He was the hero and he really did well. And I love the fact that other penalty takers were able to score, but Nwabali stood out, getting to stop Mo Salah and also Omar Mamouche.
It's a very nice one yesterday. I think after the match yesterday, I was being asked to say yes, his main aim was to stop Salah from scoring. At least Mamouche and Salah are the best players you can have on the Egyptian team, and it's also amazing that he stopped those 2 penalties. So it's a very nice one from Nwabali, because after Bashiru lost his own kick, I was like, what's happening? Really, he got Salah. I was like, yes, this guy can really got. In fact, it seems the last penalty they played, he also flew the body. But the point was that there was much power in the shot of that player. That's why he could not catch the penalty. So it's a very nice 1-1 by number 1, and we still want him like he should be fit till maybe the next 10 years before we get another good keeper.
My goodness, although a lot of Nigerian goalkeepers are beginning to spring up, let's just wait and see. But congrats to Nigeria, congrats to Super Eagles, congrats to their coach, Richel, for the fact that despite against all odds, he has been able to showcase that he can win something for this great country. From there, let's cross over to the big one, Senegal versus Morocco, host nation. But before we talk about that, well, big match coming up there. That's the match of the day. You can see there, Senegal, Morocco by 8 p.m. Those 2 countries will be locking on over there in Morocco. But right now, before we talk about it, let's go at least catch a glimpse of our sponsors.
My name is Dr. Habib Atandani Fawoshe, Chairman of November Cubes Group. Let's come together as one Nigeria, from the savannas of the north to the coast of the south, our heartbeat as one for the Super Eagles. Let's celebrate our diversity and unite for victory. From all of us at November Cubes Group, we do wish the Super Eagles all the best at the AFCON. Bring them the trophy, guys. Kindly do visit us today and discover our world of luxury, comfort, and tranquility. At November Cubes Group, we're not just building homes, serving meals, or offering hospitality business. We are creating a lifestyle that is perfect for families, professionals, and entrepreneurs. Thank you, and we look forward to welcoming you soon.
Good to have you back joining us on the show AFCON update. Of course, bringing the trophy home. At least they got third place medal, no matter how it is, as we say, at all ain't bad. But right now, we're talking about Senegal versus Morocco. That match is coming up by 8 p.m. and we'll be looking at that match alongside Oppa, Josiah and Nuel, Samson. Match of the day, Senegal, Morocco. Before we showcase the predicted lineup, these two nations, when you look at how they got here, because of the fact that a lot of Nigerians are not too happy with the way Morocco yesterday Morocco was supporting us. I still don't understand where the support was coming from. Someone said fake support.
Fake support.
Big one. Taking a look at this team, Sadio Mane, Ashraf Hakimi, Brahim Diaz, you have all the players supporting them. Former Chelsea goalkeeper Eduardo Mendy and also Bono. Taking a look at these two teams for this final, it's like they are both equal to the task. Starting from Oppa, Josiah.
Well, I see this AFCON to have done justice to the best of the best. Now, going by their run from the group stage to this very moment, they have one of the best defense in the whole tournament.
Which of them?
Morocco.
Okay, Morocco.
And even Senegal, they have their own bragging rights, considering they've scored limited number of goals. For Morocco, they are yet to concede an open gameplay goal in the whole of the tournament. The goals they've conceded is basically from set piece. So it's going to be a really tight game, but they've really shown the resilience to have gotten to the final. They've done their best for the fact that they are responsible for Nigeria not playing in this final. I give it to them for how they've played with hunger, with resilience, with determination to cut that terrible run of 50 years without the AFCON trophy. And this is the best bet they will ever get because they are basically in their prime as a nation and as a team.
Well, that's for Morocco.
Yes.
Let me cross over to Senegalese, man. I'll call you Senegalese. Your clothes is having some touch of Senegal. Anyway, banter aside, he just mentioned for the fact that no matter how you want to look at Morocco, they've tried their best to make sure they get to this final, and really it has not been an easy ride. For Senegal, how would you rate them too?
When you look at how they both transited from the group stage to the round of 16, they both won. They were top of their groups with 7 points. That means they won 2 matches and draw just a match to show how that okay, when you talk about being their strength, they are almost of the same strength, because although 2 of them, either we like it or not, Senegal has been doing well for the past couple of 5 years. Either they are from the under 17 or the 18, 19, they've been doing well in Africa. Same as Morocco also too. But when you talk about Senegal, you talk about the list of players they have. I think Senegalese have one of the best. Their players are in different top teams in the world. Come from Mane, who is in play in Saudi Arabia. Same as Mendy, Undoye, that plays for Everton. You have what I call Idris Gui, that plays for Everton. His brother too is also in the team. I forgot his name. Levante or one other team. He plays for also too. You can have Dati that plays for Monaco, and all the rest of other great players. Nicolas Jackson from Manchester, who is loaned to Newcastle. And all of these players, the most surprising thing is that these players are all first team players in their various teams. Not that they are even from the bench. Mendy is the first team keeper in his own team. Mane plays for the first team in his own team. He plays for Everton except he's injured. Same as Nuel, he's his first 11. That plays for Monaco too. Also a first team player for Monaco also too. Another players that you can also see. So it should show you that okay, these guys playing for these great teams and their first team is their first teams in their various clubs. That means and first team players in the various clubs, that means they are very, very good. Now coming down to this competition, to me I think the Senegalese are much more powerful. strength-wise, although they are of the same we call them strength, but I think they have the highest opportunity of winning this competition because they have players which are more experienced that play for much bigger leagues. If you check the Moroccan team, apart from we have Hakimi that plays for PSG, Diaz that plays for that plays for Real Madrid. Amrabat, he plays for former Manchester United player now for Fenerbahce. He can't even play because he's injured. Mamouche. So you can Mamouche if is Egypt. I will have Mamouche.
No, sorry.
Yeah, Mamouche is Egypt. So you can see from the combination of all, you can see the Senegalese, either we like it or not, they are much more experienced, they are much experienced. They are much, they are playing a better team, which means that okay, they might be opportuned or they are much more better to win this competition than that of the Moroccans.
Don't mind me, Egypt had actually entered my head. Anyway, taking a look at this, I love the fact that both of you've been able to come out with something for Senegal and also for Morocco. But before we actually get to, okay, maybe we were supposed to look at it. Let's take a look at the predicted lineup first before we come to the head-to-head. I think that will make it more clear. Okay, this is just a predicted lineup. Walid, Rekrake, Papetio. As it is, both of them, look at Hakimi, Aguerd, you have Bruno, Massina, Mazrao, Sebari, and now you have Kanous, you have Brahim Diaz, El Kahabi, and Ezoli for Morocco. And then, of course, Mendy, Diata, Sa, Niakate, Diop, Guye, the two Guye brothers, Kamara, Ndiaye, Jackson Nicholas, and Sadio Mane, the experienced player there, their star player. Now, taking a look at this, with what we have said, the Senegalese man, let me use that word for you. You believe that strength for strength, Senegal stands out.
In fact, do you know you still have the two Sa that plays for Crystal Palace and Sa that plays for Tottenham, and these players are still also first team players for their teams. Imagine those players not even making their first, assuming they are not making their first level. And these players in their various teams, except they are injured, they must play matches. So you can see strength for strength by experience, playing time, and different clubs. And different clubs they play for. The Senegalese are much more in the greater place to win this match.
For you, they have more chance to win.
Yes, to me, they have more chance. Forget about being playing against Morocco that I'm not happy with. But when you talk about chance pound to pound, chance to chance players. They are rated in different clubs, and I expose these guys. The Senegalese, they are because of the clubs these players play for, they are more exposed than the Moroccan team.
Now, but football at times, despite your exposure, whatever you want to call it, and all that, when the ball, like Maradona said, when the ball starts rolling, exposure, experience, everything will go to one side. But do you agree with that? With this particular score that we just predicted?
Well, there are lots of things speaking against the Senegalese team, in as much as I would rather go with the Senegalese team to win this game. But then, going by history, the Senegalese team has played the final in the last 4 editions. This will be the third one in 4 editions. But then, they've won just 1. And in those previous 2, they barely score goal in the final. So that's a very bad thing. And I just hope they will rewrite history this time around. And then, considering the Moroccan team barely score goal, that's another factor. You cannot depend fully on penalties at the end of the day. In as much as both teams have one of the best goalkeepers.
Both of them are very solid.
They have very good goalkeepers. That's one of the things that I can give it to them as a team. But one of the things that this Senegalese team is coming up in this tournament is the fact that they are not solely dependent on one player, which is Mane, in as much as in the whole of the AFCON competition and history. He has the most goals involvement, which is 20, but for this tournament, they have shared the goals across. So I just hope that if the Moroccan team are playing for a Mane to perform, I just hope that the Jackson will turn up, the Ndiaye will turn up, the Kamara will turn up. But then, the Senegalese team focus mostly, in as much as we have Mane in the wing, they focus mostly on their build-up from the center of the pitch. But that is where the Moroccan team tend to take advantage, because they have very good wing backs in Mazraoui and Hakimi. So if they don't pay attention, regardless of the team on the paper, if they don't pay attention to their wing play, they will definitely create room for Mazraoui and Hakimi to exploit at the end of the day.
And it's very dangerous because Hakimi can easily overlap.
Absolutely. We saw it in the game against Nigeria. Both of them were standout players in that game. So if the Senegalese team do not find a way to contain those guys, they will definitely exploit them.
While you are taking that, let's talk about this player, Brahim Diaz. He has 5 goals to his credit in this tournament. He has done well for himself. Are you seeing him scoring tonight?
Well, Nigeria was the only team that successfully shut him out. But then he's a player that is very intelligent both on and off the ball. I wouldn't be surprised to see him like nick a goal today. This is a game of fine margins where you need to be conversant and you need to convert whatever chance you get. He's a very clinical player. He has one of the best conversion rates in this tournament. So I see him, if he should get 1 or 2 chances, I see him converting one at least.
If you're talking about him getting to convert his chances, Brahim Diaz has been a very strong player. In fact, in this tournament, the way it's going, maybe we don't know yet, he could be gunning for MVP. Now, taking a look at another player from, talking about Hakimi now, let's have Hakimi. Hakimi has been, despite the fact that he didn't start with them because of the injury, but coming back, he has brought so much inspiration to the Moroccan team. Are you seeing him also, this is for Nuel Samson, tonight, can this man change the route of this game?
Either we like it or not, Hakimi is a very fantastic player, and you can see since when he got back to the team, you can see how he has been, given this according to the inspiration to the team. Yeah, he's always a player who, once you give, if you give him the slightest opportunity, makes use of every opportunity he has. So I see him as a player who is also very good today to probably show himself. But do not forget, a player is also coming against Diop, who plays for West Ham. So he's a very fantastic defender also too. So you should also watch out for himself also too. If that player Diop is good both at defense and also attacking wise also too. So you should watch his back also. He should not just because he wants to he can attack, but forget other guy to also.
You shouldn't allow the attack to attack you.
Diop is a defender before he goes to attack. Then Diop who overlaps also too. So when you compare him and Diop, they are also very. They are also almost the same. Pattern. They good both defensive and attacking wise. So it should be still because of maybe he wants to attack. Diop also is a good player who also can attack. And the same way that plays Diop, you also have Mane there. And that wing also, so we should be very, very careful.
You just took that from my mouth. Talking about Mane, Sadio Mane has been captain fantastic. He has been someone that has inspired the Senegalese Lions. And right now, that goal they scored to get them to the final was scored by him. It was a shot no one expected that. He took it and he saw the chance. And voila, he did it. Now, tonight, Josiah, this man, does he stand a chance to also rewrite history? You were saying, okay, they've played 3 finals, they lost twice, they won 1 out of it. Now they are going for the 4th one in between. Now, do you see him making a difference tonight, just the way he did against Egypt?
Well, he's definitely a player marked by brilliance, and I see him as a difference maker for this team. He has been that difference maker. And then for him to have been performing for years in this AFCON, we've had a lot of brilliant players come up throughout history, but then for him to stand out as the player with the highest goal contribution in the AFCON is definitely not a fluke, and it's not an easy feat. So this is another opportunity and another moment that had presented itself to him to show that, okay, yes, I can do it. In as much as, yes, we've not scored as a team in the previous finals, this final can be different. So I see him as that player that can surely make a difference.
Okay, making a difference. What matters now, because both of them will be locking up by 8 p.m. tonight, and it's going to be a battle because the whole Africa, the whole world, in fact, will be watching to see who takes the cup for 2025 AFCON, even though we're in 2026, and it's a huge one because $10 million is at stake. The winner of AFCON will be going home with that amount of money, and the Teranga Lions of Senegal are ready to run the race of their life. Why the Atlas Lions also, both of them are lions. I still don't know the lion that will win tonight. The Teranga Lions and the Atlas Lion. Who will win? Lion and lion.
One will be a lion, one will be a lion.
Okay, let's wait and see the lion that will win tonight.
One will be a cat.
One will be a cat. Oh my God. Although they are all cat family anyway. Either larynx or...
Yeah.
But banter aside, if you had to look at the scoreline for tonight's match, are you looking at winning for 90? You need 90 minutes or extra time, or via penalty shootout?
It's a very tough one. I'm seeing an extra time. Even penalty.
Penalty.
Because even though when we did Moroccans play against Nigeria, nobody thought it was going to get to that period. So it's going to get to the extra time, then to the penalty. So I'm seeing a penalty shootout at the end of this game today.
Well,
even though it's not going to get a penalty shootout, it's going to be a very narrow score, like 1-0 or 2-0.
That's the expectation of the way you expect the match to be so tough.
Exactly.
That it's going to be very difficult to get goals. So it could be penalty. Now, Josiah, you agree with that?
Well, to some extent. In as much as history is not really on the Senegalese side, you know, but then history are made to be rewritten and broken, you know. So for this game, my heart is more inclined to the Senegalese team to pull off. Yes.
Is it going to be by 90 minutes or?
Well, I can leave it at 90 minutes, but it depends if they do their homework. For instance, watching how the Moroccan team set up against Nigeria, and also if they are coming out with the intention of paying homage and respect to the Moroccan team, then definitely they will have to pack their bags and come back with the silver.
Now, taking that from you, this is just a head-to-head. You know, they've met. You look at it, Morocco seems to be having an edge. They won twice. Senegalese are here to win. They drew once, and that's one was at the African Championship final stage, a friendly, and the two friendly. That's the 3 times they've met: 2-0, 3-1, and 1-1. And in fact, it was a penalty.
So that clearly shows that history does not favor them when they face the Moroccan teams. But then
you say it can be rewritten.
Yes, that's why I want to go back and, you know, it can be rewritten, but it depends on if they are ready to rewrite that history by doing their due diligence to prepare the way they have not prepared before. Because someone once said that insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. So I just expect them to pull off something of a surprise for the Moroccan team.
Pulling up something surprising for the Moroccan team. You agree with that?
Yeah, because either we like it or not, as you said, history does not favor Senegal. And when you talk about everything now, Senegal won this competition last 2021. Morocco won this team the competition last 1976. That's over 50 years now, to show you who needs this competition the most, who needs this cup the most. The Moroccans. They are hosting it. They want to replicate what the last edition. I know you, as we are saying now, I'm not sure you had. If we have to win check, maybe they are stopped selling tickets to the Senegalese fans now, because you can see the match against Nigeria. I'm not. I think it seems they don't give us like, maybe the field is like 30,000 capacity. They gave us 1,000. They took 29,000. So you can see that factor also is there. The population, the fans cheering, calling. So the Senegalese needs to be, as in they used to be prepared mentally for this competition, and they have experienced players, so I don't think it's going to be a difficult thing for them.
Let's just do a very sharp one. If I just ask you, you answer. No extra time because of our time. We're almost done now. This tournament, Oppa, Josiah, your best player, sorry. Answer.
Okay, I will go with Mane if they are to win the tournament.
Sadio Mane, your best player. Yeah. Yours?
Kelvin Bassey.
Okay, best team.
That would be a tough one. It depends on who wins.
Nigeria,
okay, good one. From Morocco. Anyway, all in all, Kelvin Bassey will be outstanding as a solid defender at this tournament. We appreciate. And for the Nigerian team, Super Eagles, hopefully they'll get it right come next AFCON. Tanzania, Uganda, Kenya hosting, and we just hope that everything will go well. Well, for tonight's match, Senegal and Morocco. But that will be by 8 p.m. A tough one it's going to be. Let's wait and see. It's going to be winning between the two nations playing the final of AFCON 2025. How do you expect them to fight? $10 million ain't a small amount. They will fight tooth and, in fact, everything they have, they will fight it out because they are both lions. Anyway, Oppa, Josiah, I want to thank you for coming on the show. At least it has been a wonderful time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having you. Yeah. Since December 24th, since you're running this. Thank you, guys. It's also that the two lions, I don't know for sure. You're there. Anyway, thank you, guys. We appreciate you. And to our viewer out there, we thank you so much for being with us from day one, December 24th, to today, January 18. has been a wonderful moment. Adeniyi Ajisafe from the entire crew, and also thanking our sponsors for the show, November Cubes Group. Thank you so much for joining us.
My name is Dr. Habib Atandani Oshe, Chairman November Cubes Group. Let's come together as one Nigeria from the savannas of the north to the coast of the south, to be it as one for the Super Eagles. Let's celebrate our diversity and unite for victory. From all of us at November Cubes Group, we do wish the Super Eagles all the best at the AFCON. Bring them the trophy, guys. Kindly do visit us today and discover a world of luxury, comfort, and tranquility. At November Cubes Group, we're not just building homes, serving meals, or offering hospitality business. We are creating a lifestyle that is perfect for families, professionals, and entrepreneurs. Thank you, and we look forward to welcoming you soon.